Hey everyone, episode 193. It's with Big Tez from Paul Broad and Stevo from Brothers and Others podcast. We looked at the year of review for the Carlton Football Club in 2024. All the usual depressing high notes that we hit every year. Bit of list management stuff, bit of belief stuff, bit of culture stuff as far as the team goes, and how we're going to avoid ending up at the end of a rope by the start of the next season. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And, yeah, enjoy.
There are improvement works ahead, so this train will terminate at the next station.
Fake news, folks. Fake news. Oh, so serious.
How about that?
Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little Greek brat who's probably been treated like a prince.
No, I feel like there'd be things to be happy about, a lot to be angry about.
Very fine people.
Alright, tell me if you guys can hear each other.
Yep, I can hear all of you.
Do you need to be louder, softer? You fine?
I'm good. Are we live? We're always live in here, aren't we?
Hang on, wait. Now we're live. Wait. Now we're live.
Nice.
Oh,
I like it.
the boys back! I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Disco stew.
No, I'm pretty sure that was a gift last year. Actually, there you go. That would have been a gift probably end of last year. So that's how long it's been since you've been here. If it wasn't even connected.
Here we are.
I can't.
You know, this is one of the most random traditions that I do. But, like, I'm so committed to doing it. I love it. I look forward to it so much.
I love it.
Yeah. Like, I barely see you guys in my life. And that's fine. But when it's time to come and do this, I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Did I run into you at the footy this year? I know I saw you at least once last year. At least once.
I saw you last year. You were in a singlet. I don't know why I remember that.
Why would I be wearing a singlet?
You were wearing like a wife beater. Classic, Dimmy.
Why would I be wearing... It's winter sport.
No, it was warm. Obviously, it was, you know.
I'll tell you what, though. I do get hot at the fucking footy. Because I usually walk the 25 minutes too. So by the time I'm there, I'm regretting that I've bought like a fucking coat.
I reckon it was Good Friday last year.
Yeah, okay.
What's that, the North game? Yeah.
Good Friday's North? Oh, yeah, because Good Friday, with the Greek Good Friday is almost always Collingwood Carlton. It's weird. So many Good Fridays Collingwood games are like Greek Easter ones.
They do they? Yeah, they do.
Because everyone will turn to me on the Friday like, oh, you go to church? I'm like, get out of your fucking mind. Like, what for? Dude, I'm going to the G. Like,
that is
every
church.
year. Because I would call my dad as well because he wouldn't go. I remember, fuck man, this is like 2011 or something. Or 2012, he's called me on the Friday, and he's just like, oh, you know, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And then I've just started on him like, so which church are you going to? Because he was living in Hampton Park. I'm like, so which church are you going to? Springy? Is that the closest one? He's like, church. I go, yeah. I go, you're going to go like to, or you're going to Clayton? I go, service starts at like 8 o'clock. He's like, 8 o'clock? What service? Like, he was completely baffled. I go, the church, man. I go, the epitaphial, the thing is like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, that was his response. Are you out of your fucking mind? I go, why? He goes, the football. He goes, when have I ever gone? Like, mid-rant, he's turned to, when have I ever gone to church? Like, mate, calling me about Carlton Collingwood.
MCG is the church.
Actually, we went to the footy and then you disappeared. Where the hell did you go? Dude, I finally get him out to a game. Finally, I've got my cousin there. I've got like another mate there and another dude. This guy disappears. Did you even make it to the seats with us?
Yeah.
When did you fuck off?
Before the bounce.
Yeah, I remember looking across. I'm like, "What the fuck is this guy?" I was like, then I forgot about it because he got pumped.
Snuck into Medallion Club. Classic Steve. Yeah.
I can't. I was trying to remember that game.
Nah, fuck, it's not worth it.
I left really deflated.
Carlton St Kilda was the last game.
Yeah.
This year? We're going to start there, are we?
No. I was trying to think, like, when was the last time I actively had something to do with the footy at all? Because the Brisbane game, I was working for the first I think during the first quarter.
The final.
Yeah. I think I was working. I watched most of it on KO in my car and then managed to get home for like the last quarter.
Yeah.
And then I put it out of sight, out of mind. And then driving here, I'm like, fuck, when was the last game I actually paid attention to? And it was the St Kilda game.
Mm.
And even then I'd lost hope.
Oh, there was always hope in Port Adelaide, wasn't there?
But you know what was good? All these idiot St Kilda supporters like, oh, we done Carlton's season in, blah, blah, blah. Where did you end, man?
Yeah, I know.
Why did it have to be them?
I know that, yeah.
You know, I guess there's like two teams you don't want it to be. The first one's Collingwood, the second one is probably St Kilda. They always get up for us, too. They love playing us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I've seen one win only against St Kilda.
Last year.
Yep. That was it. That was the first one. And I laughed because the game, when we went that last round, my cousin that was with me, last game that I'd been to with him was Carlton St Kilda. Like, 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, right.
We were sitting on the boundary at Etihad, and I was cursing out the boundary umpire the entire time. He was just running up and down. He wasn't even like, ball was going nowhere near him, but he was actually like running off the line, back to the line, running off the line, like, and just coming, like back and forth, man, back and forth. I remember just screaming out, earning your fucking money tonight, mate. Fucking do something. But that's how I remembered it.
I can imagine it. There's a bullet with your name on it.
Okay. Unfortunately, yes, Steve, it is going to be depressing.
Doesn't have to be.
What are the positives?
Cripps is a positive, but do you know what actually annoys me about it is it's all turned to fucking negative about after Cripps win. It's all, deserving winner, but.
Oh, the opposition fans.
Fuck. If he had won by a vote, you probably wouldn't hear a word.
No, if he'd won by a vote, they'd scrutinise the one game that he shouldn't have polled 3 votes or something.
Yeah, but also then Dacos polled in games where he got fucking subbed out. Like,
yeah, actually, I read that.
2022 it happened, and I didn't kind of bite back because everyone was like, "Oh, it's rigged. He should have been suspended." I was like, it was kind of borderline. Maybe he should have been suspended.
Yeah.
Charlie wins the Coleman the second time, then he becomes the free kick merchant. Cripps now wins this Brownlow. It's just we want to change the Brownlow. It's like, oh, it's not fair. Only players from middle of the table teams can win. It's like, well, Lachie Neale literally won it last year, and they're playing the granny. Yeah. So I bit back this year. It's just shit.
It's bullshit.
It's standard. It's standard. We'll never be able to win clean, like ever.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like if it ever happens? We win the flag.
Oh, every game will be under scrutiny. Every single game.
Got to change the rules.
Yeah.
Oh, they got too many draft picks too early. Got to change the way teams can draft. Not allowed to draft more than one key position player. Yeah.
They still say it, yeah. Brown paper bags. It's fucking the same shit every year.
Yeah. What was that, 20 years ago?
Yeah. Fuck, as if we haven't paid. Fucking hell.
Mate, there's 2 generations now have gone through hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, I feel 60 inside.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad.
You're fucked. You got this effervescent glow in you, right? But inside you're actually like a 70-year-old Greek man just smoking darts.
Inside, it's like I'm chaining Marlboro Reds. Whiskey for breakfast.
Hunched over. Okay.
Look, why don't we summarise?
Okay, I was going to say, let's look at the year in review, then let's scrutinise the list, and then how we're going to leave this country, because fucked, man. All right, well, what are your takes? Okay, this is the sad part. We finished last year, even though we got to where we got to, and we bowed out pretty unceremoniously, I was on a high. Last year was a win, like as far as I'm concerned.
Of course.
Huge.
Yeah, of course.
The finals that I actually went and saw were easily some of the best sporting moments I've ever been part of in my entire life.
Yeah. That semi-final is just the best night of my life.
Insane.
For sure.
Insane. Everyone cried. Everyone was losing it. It was just, I know.
Goosebumps, man. The stadium, you could hear what it sounded like when people were standing up. Like, you could hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Like I said in our WhatsApp chat the other day, I was like, is it just me or is anyone else still watching the semi-final just to feel something?
Yeah.
Now, you watch the clip of Akers kicking the goal and then you watch the final siren, you're like...
Just that passage of play is just one of the sweetest moments ever.
Yeah. and knowing I was there to see it in real time, and I'm punching like one person to my left, and hugging the person to my right. To go from that to this year,
but also to carry on the momentum. It's not like we battled all year.
No.
And I sort of went into the year thinking, you know what, they've earned the trust. Fair enough. Got yourselves out of a hole.
Yeah.
You know, we'll back off, let the season play out before we cast judgment, because last year, halfway through, we're all second boss and all of that. Fucking delisting the players. And then they got to 11-4. Oh, mate, when they beat Geelong this year, the second time.
Smacked them. 10 goals.
Yeah. I'm easily sucked in. Hand up. Like, I'm positive and
Kool-Aid's
optimistic.
still there, dude.
Kool-Aid's there.
Do you know how many times? Do you know how many times I was tempted to watch the game from here and then just one, like after the Geelong game, one more belting, like just one more team, just smash them. I would have poured it out and sent it to you from this studio. I was ready. I was here one of those days watching the game. I was watching it, streaming it on the TV.
Well, that's what got me this year, because those who were traditionally pessimistic, generally the older guard who have seen the many flags, and they usually know what a flag team looks like, they're the ones that started saying to me, nah, this is it. Like, when you'll know when it turns, you know, you'll know when it clicks.
Do you remember that clip of Jules saying he's bored?
Oh, Joe?
Yeah, Joe, sorry, not Jules. Yeah,
Joe needs to fix that.
Dude, that haunts me.
Yeah.
Because I saw it and I was actually on my couch laughing because I'm like, look at this guy. Like, all like, you know, comfortable. And now I was like, that seriously sits in my head. I'm like, Jesus God. How did we go from that to where we are now?
Wasted it, man. Such a waste. They literally dropped it. It was there.
Why? Okay. Injuries. Do we just say blame injuries?
It's a big factor.
It is. But
it's a massive factor.
It is.
You can call it an excuse.
No,
but you can't win without your best team on the park.
It's not an excuse. It can be the reason. But I won't put it up as an excuse, right? But to fold the way we folded, like capitulated, like, come on, man. Like, don't you have a B plan? Like, surely. Like, all right, you got your best 22, but then there's ways around it.
Well, often in games, I feel like we don't have plan B.
Isn't that
it doesn't feel like things we can move much around, and
it's a balance. It's hard because you want to back in your guys to figure it out, and then you want to, you know, make moves. I don't know. Injuries is a reason. It is.
It's a reason, not an excuse. Yeah.
However,
his eyes are just clicking over, man.
However, I asked the question: are all of these players, and I mean all of them, diligent enough in their preparation away from the club to prevent some of these injuries? Because there are some injuries that are just unlucky, and I'll cop that, out of your control. Like, what are you going to do? Fogarty runs into Fife, breaks his wrist. Like, what are you going to do? Silvani does his ACL, whatever. But not everything is luck, and sometimes you make your own luck. And I do wonder how much of the injuries were in our control and how many of them were not in our control. And I got to ask the question about their diligence.
Why does it feel like it's always us with injuries?
I don't know if it's always us. It's the same players every year. Chera, Williams,
Martin.
Like all soft tissues at Cunningham. Same players
Marchbank.
every year. Marchbank. Fuck, mate, that bloke thinks about an injury and his fucking neck pops out. Like,
I couldn't believe Jordan Boyd fell on his face this year. Good Friday. I was watching it. I'm like, Marchbank's actually one where I'll give him a complete out. Like, okay, you've just been dealt an unlucky hand.
Yeah.
Like
his body just wasn't up to it.
Yeah, like,
But just he thinks about an injury.
It seems like that. Like,
I better not tie my shoelaces
Yeah.
or something may happen. What the fuck? God damn it. We told you not to tie your shoes.
get the Velcro, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right, well, he's gone.
Yep.
I feel like we need to go through the dead listings as we start talking about the
oh,
season.
we will. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're only fucking 10 minutes in, man.
I know.
We will. No, injuries are a part of it. I do think we were healthy at some point in the middle of the year where we were losing games. Like Cripps' 200th against the Dogs. I mean,
Yeah.
we're pretty healthy. Port okay, Charlie didn't play.
We were
Sorry.
16 points up with
Yeah.
like fucking 7 minutes to go. Or
Harry
something,
didn't
like-
play. He was a laid out, but we were in control of that game.
Yeah, we had that game. Same as the Adelaide game.
Adelaide Giants.
All right, maybe this is going to be depressing.
I told you.
No, I'm really pissed off about the year.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I've
yeah.
taken a long time to accept what's happened. I was saying before you got here, like I haven't been able to like drop it. When you put so much effort into something into a year, and then you just watch it just fall away the way it did, and like you see all these catchphrases just mean nothing, and you're like, oh my god, I've been sucked in again. Like there's a lot of anger, and I'm really unhappy with the club,
Dude. Okay. After last year, right, we all jumped on board and it's like, yep, this is it.
Well, how could you not?
And then we started the year the way we did and it was like, all right, well, this is it. This has got to be it. Just as an indicator of what the temperature in the room was, I told you, I took my mum to her first AFL game.
True.
She's been here she's been here since 72 or 71. She went to one footy game in like 71, like a local Richmond game or something. 50 years. And my mum turned around and said, when are we going to a game? 50 years. And she turned around and saw us doing what we were doing. And she's like, when are we going to a game? I'm like, done.
What game was it?
Carlton Collingwood at the G.
Yeah.
The one where McGovern kicked it after the siren, or the one where Dacos?
The one with Dacos.
Yeah, she saw a loss.
Of course she did.
No, both heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was lovely seeing her. Cause my mum's like, you know, she's in her 70s, but she travels, she gets around, like she sees things, you know, she's not like one of those old Greeks that just stays home, you know what I mean? And she'd never been to the G, like, to see a footy game ever, you know, and she's driven past it forever. And so, taking her up there, got her like a beer and a pie, sat her down, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, never would I have thought this is what, and I'm like, I took it for granted, because like, we go every week,
All
you know
the
what I
time.
mean? Yeah. But she was blown away, and I'm so happy that I could see her be blown away by something that's in her backyard that's really Australian. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that game we did mount a bit of a comeback. So she started getting amped up. You know, could see the crowd just start losing it. You know, and all that. So she got the atmosphere. But if we walked away with a win, it would have been the best win against Collingwood ever. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, dude, even my mum jumped on the bandwagon after 50 years. Said, "All right, let's go to a game." Thinking we're going to see something sick. What do we see?
Another letdown.
Yeah.
It's like they can't have support. It's like they can't act when everyone is telling them how good they are. They need to be doubted.
Yeah.
You know, everyone backed off 11-4. Everyone backed off. Fans, media, like everyone backed right off them, and they got that space to breathe, and they just
Capitulated.
It's a word that goes around a lot. So then, who do you blame for it?
oh man.
If the reason is injuries, I feel like it can't be.
No, it's all of them.
Because they drop the ball in games. Like,
It's players, coaches, star. It's everyone. Everyone's to blame. It's not just one person.
we did a clean out. We reset it.
Yeah.
When was the reset? 2021?
The last review was 21.
Yeah, when did
Sactig.
Voss came in 22. So he's had 2 years.
Yeah, that was his third year just now.
Yeah. 2021. That was a hard reset.
Brad Lloyd stayed.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I've got a bit of spite in my blood tonight.
If you look at the list, the change came. Every level, like the change came. So then, how can you come out and be like, you know?
Like you look at last year and you're like, fuck, we've finally got depth. And then this year it's like...
What was our win-loss ratio last year and this year?
13 and a draw last year.
Yeah.
13 and...
13 and a shrug. 13 and a shrug.
What, fifth last year? Well, what we ended up finishing fourth.
Yeah.
But
I thought we were unlocking the role players this year at one point. You know, when we played Geelong and we played Richmond and we played the Bombers, I reckon we had like double-digit goal kickers in all of those games. And that's also why I thought it was real.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I mean, Charlie and Harry weren't kicking sixes and sevens.
Goals are coming from everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Williams that looked like a coaching masterstroke.
And then did he tell me again?
Fucking hell.
We paid these fuckers to be in rehab. We pay blokes to sit in rehab. Fucking big money.
They're drepes, yeah. Like, are they not like,
No.
don't they go home and look themselves in the mirror and like, I got paid for what I put out this year? They're happy with that?
I don't know.
They look happy on Instagram at the moment and they're fucking all overseas in Europe and...
Yeah. I can picture players like Jack going home and crying for like 2 weeks, because he can't get on the park. But I picture Williams just going home like fucking a dart, just hoping he can. Like, yeah, all right.
On the way back from rehab.
Call Gary at the suite. Tell him I'll have my regular room. What do you mean?
Cripps was filthy. I saw a different version of Cripps this year. Like, forget the Brownlow for a sec. Like, he grew up a lot.
Because it's becoming real, dude. How many years has he got left?
Well, yeah, he's 30 next year.
That's peak.
And I think having kids really changes things.
Players like Cripps don't play till 38.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, they don't.
He's too big. Like, you just can't. So he's looking at it like, I've got 2, maybe 3 years of like gunning this shit to the end.
You think a couple of years of quality.
2 more?
At
I think
this
so,
level?
yeah.
2 more. That'd be it.
And then like a slow decline?
Unless he gets some real fucking help. We thought we had the help. Last year he was getting the help.
Well, this raises the question, have we gone backwards?
It feels like it.
Because last year it was, Walsh wasn't terrible this year, but he obviously had injuries. But
After his final series last year, I thought, fuck, he's going to be the best player in the comp.
Yeah.
I really thought that.
Walsh was everywhere last year.
His final series was fucking unbelievable.
Yep.
But then he was nowhere near that level.
No. We lost Chera as well. He barely played. Kicked the game-winning goal against the Tigers in round 1. Top of the goal square. That was about it. That's all I remember of him.
About that.
Yeah.
I went to that game.
Cripps handball out to Chera.
Did you go to that game? I know I did. I know I definitely did. Because I've been to the last 3 or 4 opening rounds.
I remember.
People are talking about trading Chera already. Like, what do you mean?
No.
You just got him. Like, he's barely played a game.
Yeah. It's a silly season.
How many games has Chera played?
Total?
Yeah. No, like for us.
70 something, maybe.
Do you reckon it's 70?
He came in 2022. He played most of 22.
But not even 70.
It wouldn't be 70. No way. More than Martin.
I thought he'd been here longer than that.
More than Martin.
More than Martin.
It is ridiculous.
Can't believe we got 3 games out of Martin this year. I mean, for fuck's sake. Fucking hell. It's such a kick to the face.
I think it was like 50 games total that he played.
But you know what, though? To be fair, do you think it was reasonable for them to think at the end of last year, okay, we've figured it out with Martin and Marchbank and these guys because they played in the second half of last year, and they didn't make a change to strength and conditioning and all of that. Do you think it was reasonable at the time, given we'd made a prelim?
What do you mean? Not to alter
make
the program?
changes.
Fuck no.
You think they should have kept...
They've been injury riddled the entire time.
Yeah.
Injuries have been an issue for the last 5-10 years. What did we do for the middle part of last year? I had to leave. It was that bad.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? We're forgetting that.
Marchie was good in the prelim last year.
Yeah, he was.
Martin was...
53, Chera.
He's played
Yeah, there you
53
go.
for Carlton.
76.
So he's been at Carlton for like half the time Martin has, but played the same amount of games.
2022.
And he's injury riddled as well. That tells you what Martin's
I
worth.
think Ollie Hollands has played more games than Martin for Carlton.
Absolutely.
The rookie.
Fucking Elijah Hollands would have played more than him.
The kid, like literally the kids. It's just pretty fucked up. How old's Martin now?
29, 30.
Okay.
Watch him go to Geelong. Play 26
Yeah.
games. Not
They're
this
saying-
level.
Win a flag.
Yeah. No, it's...
That'll hurt. That'll fucking hurt to say that.
What?
If he
Win
goes
a
somewhere
If he
flag?
and
goes
healthy.
and plays fucking 20-something games in a year. Because he can be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, dude, Martin is a gun. He's got every time he was the amount of games that he got us, like, just lifted us. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'd be in the forward, like, we're doing nothing, and all of a sudden he's Martin with, like, a crazy intercept and snap, you know, or just his vision. Always finding, like, the right players, right touch, doesn't blaze away. Just, he's got a good footy brain, man. And I like Martin, but 50 games in 5 years.
He's 30 in Jan.
And he's 30.
He's just that link up from fucking half forward.
He is.
Like, he's kick in.
Yeah,
kick
he's
for
tough
goal.
too.
100%.
Yeah.
But, and that's the thing. If he goes and plays 20 games somewhere else, then two things come into question. His ability, his training and whatever, like conditioning, as you said, like his work ethic and stuff, or team's conditioning and all that sort of shit. Which one's in question? Because, I mean, he's not a fraud because we know he can play and he's pulled off these superhero sort of moves in games, but he's always injured. But if he goes to another club and they're like, you got to pull your finger out and get your training right and conditioning so you're not, you know, prone to fucking herpes and shit like you are now. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, though, we gave him a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
And, you know, that I do wonder what that does for the psychology of any player. If he goes to Geelong, for example, or Freo, it's a 1-year deal,
1 year,
maybe 2. But he comes to Carlton, hasn't really achieved much at Gold Coast. He was a highly touted pick, 5-year deal. Zach Williams, 6-year deal. McGovern, 5 or 6 year deal. Like, you put these long-term contracts in front of players who haven't truly earned, I should say, those deals. And I do wonder what that does for the psychology and, you know, their preparation and their ability to do the extras.
All the dudes around them that are picking up all the slack.
Yeah. Well, then you have that. Like, if you're a player on the list, if you're, maybe Elijah's a bad example, but surely there's players on the list looking around the change room and being like, fuck, Zach Williams getting paid that much? McGovern used to be getting paid that much, barely there. Like, do you reckon that impacts team morale? Do you think those thoughts happen?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question. And I still remember the initial comments on this guy like 3 years ago when we first sat down to do these things. Kennedy, right? Why was he shown the door?
Well, I would assume we just want to bring more pace. And when Kennedy's in the team, we're a very slow team with the players we've got. Hewitt's the same player, really.
Do you think that Kennedy deserved to be in the team? In our best 22?
I think you got to choose between him and Hewitt when it's all said and done.
Okay. Do you know why? Because I remember when he got his new contract, and was it like 3 years ago? 2021, I think. You two were down my throat about him, and I said, nah. I go, he's fucking useless.
I don't think he's fucking useless. But 2022 was a very good year.
Hang on. No, it was 2021 when he did his contract extension.
Yeah, but 2022 was...
Yeah, 2022 was a good year.
Okay.
Do you know why I remember it? Because he did fuck all in 2021 until the last 3 weeks of the season.
And he went forward.
And he went, it's all of a sudden he's getting disposals, kicking a few goals. And you guys came in here on the hype train, pumped, like, nah, he's a gun. What are you talking about? I said, you go back and listen to it.
I believe you.
Yeah. And I said, bullshit. Okay, go back and watch the whole season. I feel like it's just a flash in the pan. He's realized his number's up and he's like, fuck, I've got to do something it's like it's called shoe shining in boxing. Like, you could do fuck all for the whole round, and if you win the last 12 seconds of the round, in the judge's eyes, it's like, oh yeah, no, he clearly won that round.
Got the recency bias.
Kennedy's a shoe shiner. And 2022, he came out firing. Like, we'll like, what the fuck? He's like a new man. You know what I mean? First 5 rounds, like, yeah, he's all over it. What's he done? Nothing.
Well, I think the whole 2022 season was pretty good.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is Kennedy in general, like, he goes missing for fucking long stints, man.
Fucking, there's a big group of players in
that
bag.
100%. But that's that mentality that we're talking about.
Yeah.
We've nurtured these man children, and
He's had a lot of time to figure it out.
Yeah.
how long has he been in the system now?
The reality is he's an inside mid, and he wants to play inside midfield minutes. He's had more opportunity than anyone else, in this team. If he was that good as an inside midfielder, we wouldn't have gotten Hewitt when we got Hewitt. We wouldn't have needed to get Chera at the time. Kennedy just wasn't able to be a premier inside mid.
On Hewitt, when he got dropped.
Yeah.
For what? For who?
Well, this was interesting because I remember the fan cams specifically after Sydney, and everyone's like, we're too slow. We need pace. We need pace. We need pace. And I believe the ball moves quicker than the man. And I understand you need leg speed on the ground, and you break the lines. I do agree with it now, but we were all down with Hewitt getting dropped because we said we were too slow. Issue was he got rid of Hewitt and Kennedy. But yeah.
Who did he bring in? I can't remember.
So he dropped Hewitt and he played Fogarty and Elijah in the midfield for the Dogs game. And Kennedy was the sub.
Yeah.
And that didn't work. I don't know.
Oh, it's depressing.
It is depressing,
Because there's
man.
no answers. It's just like, so where are we? Are we worse than we were last year?
Well, yeah, because last year we were a prelim, and
Yeah, no, but I mean, but
we look worse.
last year was all heart, momentum and heart. That's what it was.
You're right.
Yeah, they were hungry.
They were like,
No, it was all heart. It was.
they were told
yeah.
it's out, and then all of a sudden there was a chance, and it's like, fuck this, and they just went all in.
Played on fumes.
Yeah,
Passion.
And it was awesome. But this year, where they had the full backing of everyone, record members, like all that sort of shit, expectations were high, and they did well for a bit, and then
Do you think they're like, I mean, how are they any different to us when we were 11-4? You're taking your mum to the footy. I'm sure you're thinking this is the flag. Like, surely they were thinking it.
Yeah,
Surely they were thinking it. They're doing their ladder predictors. Oh, don't worry, we lost to the Giants, but we're still second. And then we sat second for a while. Surely they were thinking the same thing.
Round 16 was second.
were we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mate,
16.
Round 16 we were second.
I think 19, even up to round 19,
we
we
were
were
6
second.
games clear.
Yeah.
And we
Wow.
rolled over the finish
Because
line.
everyone kept falling over around us. Essendon started losing. Freo started losing.
Collingwood were fourth.
Yeah.
Fuck Collingwood, man. So happy to see those Dacos photos from the Brownlow.
Why do we care?
You care about what?
This.
I don't. Just come here for the laughs.
No, but like seriously, like it's going to be the same shit. It's
You
going to be
almost were digging us. Yeah. I just said, I don't.
fucking gave up a long time ago.
Fuck 'em. It's pretty disgusting when you think about it. You know what I thought? You know what I think about now, man, when I think about the Carlton Football Club? I think about like you, like the two different crews I have, to talk footy with or go to see the games with. That's what I think about. Like, oh yeah, should organise to catch up with them or, drop them a message or something like that. I don't think about the club anymore.
It's a fucking great point.
And it's not a bandwagon thing. And it's like, dude, bandwagon. I've been part of this shit for
We've been through it.
35 years.
it's
Fuck off.
So sad.
This was the year I would have gotten a tat. Even if we finished well, even if we got to, Sammy's prelims, like something actually earned it, not just rolled over, I would have gotten a tat because I'm going to start my second sleeve. So I actually wrote it down on the list of shit to include in my sleeve. Carlton, some form of Carlton something. Nah, fuck off.
Just get us sitting around the table.
You do make a good point. I felt that this year too because I've latched onto this whole document the journey until we win the flag, and I've learnt you can't attach your happiness to the result.
No.
And then I've also learnt, that we won't win a flag. Let's just say we don't win a flag for the next 10 years. They'll still be a profitable organisation.
Oh,
So what's the incentive?
Williams will still be getting a new contract.
Yeah. So that's something I need to learn this, like off season. I need to attach myself and my happiness to something else. And I do. It's what you said. It's the community. It's the people. It's the stories. It's the memories with the people that you've met. And
Oh, dude. Carlton Football Club have directly made new friends for me in the last 5 years.
so then what have we become?
Do you know what I mean? Well, it's family, but that's it.
The social club.
Yeah, it's a social club. Exactly.
Football secondary.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mate, there was
up until a couple of years ago, winning a flag wasn't even priority for the Carlton Football Club.
16 flags. What do we need another one for?
Yeah, but I remember you reading out the goals, the mission statement.
Oh,
Constitution.
yeah.
They changed that real quick, didn't they?
There you go. I remember, and dude, if nothing else, what the Carlton Football Club forces us to do is reflect on our own progress
yeah.
and our own work ethic. Yeah, because I remember asking you, probably like the first time we had a coffee together or something away from here, and I said to you, do you reckon they're paying attention to like the noise that you were making? And you're like, yeah, they are. 100% they are. We may not get it, what's it called? We may not see it physically, but I know that they're following something. And you weren't at like 10,000 followers yet.
Oh, they're definitely watching now.
Yeah. And then
it's very obvious to me now.
Well, then I remember like last year or when what's his name, got his the fucking president got his new, contract. You called me and I still remember sitting in my shorts at my old apartment staring out at Kingsway. Dude, see this guy calling me. I was like, the fuck? It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're like, Carlton Football Club just contacted me to do the first fucking presser with Sayers. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. Like they want me to break the news. And my first words were, you did it. They're paying attention. Like not only are they paying attention, they're using you now as a fucking executive branch. You did it.
That's made me angry.
You were used.
No, that's what I was just about to ask.
Because after this year, I didn't get, after the prelim last year, they reached out and like, you wanted to come on and like chat, do a video interview. And we did it the day after the prelim. He was really sick. Like he had got like a cold. But he was down to do it. He made time. And this year, like, crickets. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. Don't talk to me. Talk to someone else. We got the email instead. And then it's made me think. It's made me think honestly, like, oh, well, you know, last year we needed to be on side so he could be re-elected. This year, what's the incentive? Well, that's where my train of thought goes now. Like, it's all good to show up and show face when we had a proud finish to the year. Like, I think it's equally important to show face when we failed to reach the goal. That shows more strength than I think, you know.
I don't even remember half the games, man. I remember moments with my mates at these games, which is the sad thing, but it's a good thing as well. But that's what I'm taking away from all of it, man. And it's not, like I said, it's not bandwagoners. It's not me giving up and, oh, you know, you're only here for, it's like, fuck off, dude. Like, we've ridden this wave. But when they give up on themselves that easily, it's like, fuck off, man. You know, my 77-year-old mother can trudge the steps of the MCG to get to the fucking top level to watch you fuckers and you fall over yourselves.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they let us down. They let everyone down.
Do you reckon membership numbers are going to drop next year? I'll die.
Probably not. Probably not.
They'll find a way to, like, maneuver I cancelled my reserve seat.
Oh, did you?
I called after Hawthorn the day after, and I went to cancel my membership. Yeah, dead set. And they're like, oh, we'll call you when renewal date happens.
Did you say, this is Terry from Blue Abroad?
No.
Sorry, let me get Luke.
The whole office just shut down, man. Crickets, you know what I mean? Shut up! It's like, you know, those hostage calls when they've got like everyone on one line.
Luke to merchandising.
Yeah, Terry, we've got you there, mate. Yeah.
Everything okay? Yeah.
I'm going to do it!
Oh dear. Yeah, mate, I had a brain fade. I lost my marbles.
Yeah.
Hawthorn like rocked the foundations that day. Rocked the foundations in my soul that day.
That was probably around the point where I think I said to you, I'm like, I can't fucking keep doing this every weekend. Like, they fucking ruined my weekend. I can't do it. I don't want to fucking watch anymore.
I think what burns me the most is the fact that these players will still get paid, still get their KPI shit, still get it. Like, there's no loss for them. And the part that kills me is that it's like, oh, it's a job like anyone else's. Yeah, but they're not. It's not a normal job, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a normal job.
And they're also not doing it.
Do your job, bro. But in 10 years, they'll be fucking gone and we'll still be sitting here doing these fucking shows going, what the fuck are we doing?
Oh, fuck. Oh, so worth it to feel this good. No. Oh, that was the other thing. Petracca, your fucking love child.
Track.
Nah, fuck off. I know you love that post that I put up the other yesterday. What was it? It was about. It was
His ring.
Yeah, it was okay. So where were you? I actually talked to you about it. Where were you sitting on the whole Petracca thing?
Where was I sitting on the whole Petracca thing?
Yeah.
I would love Petracca, but not at the expense of trading Harry.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
100%
understood
agree.
that that's kind of the only way to get it to happen. You got to lose a Harry or a Charlie.
I said I didn't want him, and this guy was like, "What are you talking about? He's a gun." Blah 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 blah. And I said it purely based on the fact that, well, not purely, but big reason. Because he wants to leave Melbourne because he wants to build his brand. His brand. And, I'm like, and my first thoughts are, you're a fucking, like, AAA player at a club that's, like, blowing you every time you run out onto the field. You're like a favourite son now, but you want to increase your brand? Like, what do you want? Boots? And, yeah, someone let me know that he's got his fucking cooking shit on Instagram. I don't know what it is. Then he said, you can't hate him for trying to like build a career or whatever outside of the sports. I said no, but for the time that he's in the fucking medium of sports, that's his job to focus on sports. That's why all these players have got shit conditioning because they don't train after work. You know, they just go home and get on the beers or something. And what was the quote by Cripps? It was the one. It was after the Brownlow. Hang on, I'll suss it out. I know I've got it here because.
I was saying, I don't give a fuck what he does as long as he dominates on the footy field. I couldn't care less what he does.
And I said, how much is he actually giving a shit on the footy field if he's worried about his brand? That's what I said. Oh, yeah, here we go. The Cripps quote was, I feel like I can get better, but I just want to crack on grand final day. This is what really drives me. Patrick Cripps. So then Mike posted underneath, imagine that. Being driven by on-field success. Meanwhile, Petracca's busy trying to figure out which ring light will propel his branding. Attack this guy. You know what I mean?
I called off quickly on Petracca. Real quick. It would be so Carlton, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it
The
would be.
Band-Aid.
Yeah, always. Yeah,
The
always,
Band-Aid. Chuck a contract at him.
Yeah.
I cooled off real quick.
Real quick.
So what about Houston?
I think we need his attributes,
Yeah, I agree.
but I don't know if I want to pay him that much. But at the same time, if you step back for a second, Doc's 30 plus, Newman's 30 plus, Sard's 30 plus. Like, this is why you got to take your opportunities because time goes.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, Sard can do Houston's job.
How old's Houston?
27.
We're going to get 1 year for him to acclimatise, 1 year for him to have a real crack, then 1 year to
I
say
don't think
goodbye
he's.
to him.
I don't think he needs to acclimatise. I think it'd be.
Well, the thing is, he is an elite kick.
Yeah.
So usually they can last a little bit longer.
And he's an elite kick, and then what will Voss do? Stick him in some fucking put him in
Well,
ruck. You know what I mean?
That's the other thing. He's an elite
Second
kick, but no one ahead of him is going to be moving, so he's going to kick the ball down the line.
Yeah, fuck.
Have we? Okay, serious question.
Yeah.
Have we put too much on Voss? Our expectations from him?
What expectations?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we have. But like, his turnaround was ridiculous, right? Like to take the ship and do what he did.
Yeah.
But do you reckon that was just dumb luck?
No.
Not to do it.
No.
Maybe 2-3 weeks. Bit of luck. But to go fucking nearly 10 in a row and make a prelim, that's not luck.
Yeah, that isn't luck. That's what I keep trying to say. Whenever you read the comments online, it's always like, sack Voss, sack Voss. Like, dude, the guy lost one game. Like, relax. You
That's
know?
the Carlton way.
Pressure's on, though.
Yeah.
Now it is.
Yeah, it is big time now.
Because I think he got not a whole pass for this year, but it was kind of like, fuck, you made a prelim. All right, we'll back off.
Big time.
And then, like, next year, like,
Mate, we start bad.
pitchforks. Fucking.
You'll be leading the charge.
Yeah.
Blue abroad pitchforks.
Who first, Luke or Voss?
Well, they're both. Well, Luke's going anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Luke's only got 1 year left.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
He
that's
had
right,
a year, then we all voted him
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Dental plan.
Listen, eats braces. So, what's the expectation then on Vice? Final. That's it. Granny.
Got to make top 4.
Has to.
Got to make top 4.
Is top 4 the expectation?
Top 5.
Yeah. That's a pass mark?
You can't be finishing 7th or 8th next year.
No. It's got to be top 4. Realistically, you don't win it unless you're top 4, really.
Look, 15, 16 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, look, the Lions were maybe about to win it from 5th, but...
15, 16 wins? 16.
Yeah, I think so.
2 to 3 more wins?
Dude, they're the Lions, though. Yeah. They didn't exactly have a shit year last year.
No, well, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
They're playing the granny and they had to play opening round and they started a little bit slow.
Mm.
Then what do you put down a Hawks turnaround? The Hawthorn turnaround.
They're well coached. They got their players back. Belief.
So pretty much what...
They were us.
Yeah. Us last year.
They caught a vibe.
Yeah. Once you start that train.
That's the fear. It was a vibe.
Yeah.
And we may have seen the peak of this group. Because if you think about it, the previous group, not to be like super negative, but the previous group, that round 3, 2012, we beat Collingwood on the Friday night. That's the best. Or maybe the final against Essendon and then going and playing West Coast. That was the peak of them. Mm-hmm. They never got better. So in reality, nothing's guaranteed. That Acres semi-final, I don't think it will be, but that could be the best thing we see with this group. That's footy.
But we've already got, 7 players now straight off the list?
Yeah, it's quite
How
a
many
few.
got there listed in the Marchbank?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Cunners, Marchbank.
Cunners, Marchbank, Martin, Aquay, and Murkov.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So there's 5. Owies and Kennedy to fucking shift off.
Yeah.
That's 7.
Owies, will he definitely go?
I don't want him to.
I don't want him to either, but just every time I get news about it, I feel like he's definitely, saw today, he met with Brisbane and other clubs. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, I understand. That's what I've said.
Something's up.
That's what I said in the chat. I'm like, something has to be going on. You can't get rid of a bloke who's kicked 60 in the last 2 years. No one else fucking kicks goals.
Owies is the most consistent player.
Why?
After you had the first couple opening rounds that was shit, everyone's like, sack him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, mate.
And he's durable. He plays.
He's available, yeah.
He
fucking gives everything.
I remember watching, I can't remember which game it was, man, but I saw him go up for a fucking spoil or a mark and then chase down the ball to where it got sent down, and then he's all of a sudden run back and he's taken a mark from wherever he had spoilt it. You know what I mean? Literally 3 involvements in 3 different plays in 10 seconds. And I was like, they want to sack this guy? You out of your mind?
You've got to be making room for something. Something's got to be... Well, I don't know. But it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
He's got an anti-aging elixir. Something's gone on.
Yeah. Has to be.
As in, you got to remember that these are humans. Something's happened.
Yeah.
It just either there's a play for someone else.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And the priority is that player, or because for us to get something for Owies, we need to sign. We need to have a contract offer in front of him, right? Because he is a non-free agent.
What does that mean?
So he falls in this really weird category.
Unrestricted, you're talking about?
No, so there's
sorry, restricted free agent.
No, so there's restricted free agents, there's unrestricted free agents, and there's non-free agents.
He's fucking solicitor, yeah.
So because he came as a Category B and he hasn't been here hasn't done his 8 years service, he's not a restricted, not an unrestricted. He's a non-free agent. Essentially, what it means is we have to have a contract offer in front of him in order to trade him.
Wait, contract offer as in
we have to offer him a contract to ascertain a value for him in order to trade him. If we don't offer him a contract, he can just go to the draft and get picked up in the draft.
Yeah.
It's a really he's a unique one. There's not many like him in that category.
What do you reckon?
So then why are they saying to him, you're free to look around?
That's what I'm saying. Something's up.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you tell a player like him who's all heart and fucking consistent
and who you can lose for nothing to leave? Something's up.
Doesn't make sense.
Something's up.
What could be up?
So you think something intentionally's happened, or yeah?
So I'm guessing, but you don't have a contract offer in front of him.
Yeah.
Therefore, he can leave and you get nothing in return. You're telling him to explore his options. I'm just... if it looks like something's up, if it smells like something's up,
something's up.
If it tastes like something's up,
something's up.
Something's up.
See, I was thinking it was we're trying to clear out to make a play on some sort of small forward or something. Because who we got? Motlop doesn't seem trusty.
Yeah, Motlop just had an awful... It just... horrific.
Moyer's not a small forward. He doesn't look ready. He's played sub. He's come on fucking fresh. He doesn't look ready. In the VFL, he's done nothing. But he's also not a small forward, is he?
Yeah, he's more of a Jack Martin type.
Yeah. So what? Who the fuck comes in?
Well, this is the other thing. Maybe because they've realised Zach Williams' contract is what it is and you're not going to be getting rid of it, you just bite the bullet and you say, Zach Williams, you play the forward role instead of Owies. You know that you want Fogarty playing. I think we all found out Fogarty's important to the team. Zach Williams plays the Owies role. Owies...
when he plays.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. You bring in Sydney's S&C guy, and who actually has a pretty good track record. He did Richmond the three-peat. So
I thought we're not getting the guy from Adelaide?
Nah.
Oh, okay. So who?
I like. We're getting Rob Innes from Sydney.
Oh, okay.
He's currently at Sydney. He was at Richmond when they had the three-peat.
Okay.
He's like the next up-and-comer.
So he's at Sydney now, and he's coming?
Yep.
Okay.
He'll do the game on Sunday, the granny, and then that's it.
Okay. Cool.
So,
every year, it's like we're looking for more Band-Aids to like just...
Was Russell pushed?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
He should have gone ages ago, man.
Agreed. Well, this is what I was saying earlier. Finished the prelim last year. Do you think it's reasonable for them to have said, you know what, Russell, you figured it out? It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
People are always dead at our team, man. I don't get it. Do you reckon Charlie does enough?
Yeah, I do. I think he's... I understand the criticism this year. I think he was mismanaged.
What do you mean?
Rolled the ankle.
Yeah.
Rolled the ankle against North. Did it again against Port Adelaide away. Did it again in the warm-up against GWS. Now, what goes into him playing? Is it him saying, don't worry, boys, I'm good? I can give you... He still contributes. He just didn't completely dominate.
Yeah, but...
This is where it comes back to Brad Lloyd. Head of football.
Yeah.
Head of the department.
The thing with Charlie with me is that I always see him wrestling blokes, right? And I get it. Like he's been tagged, double-teamed, whatever.
Yeah.
I've never seen him drop anyone, though.
Yeah. I think this year more so. He seemed injured. He didn't seem right. He didn't have the power to push off.
It shits me. Like, okay, I get it. You're being tagged. Cool. Wrestle. If you want to wrestle, but fucking drop him. You're built like a machine. He never does. And that's what I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like, okay, he'd rather sit there and wrestle than lead. Cool. Then if you're going to wrestle, make sure you put the guy on the ground and fend, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I already got two of them on you all the time.
Yeah. I reckon he's got the tank to outwork them.
Yeah, he's fucking, he's an athlete, man.
The Port Adelaide game, when Harry wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. He was running everywhere and, this is my issue, right? Our thing right now with Carlton is, teams just double team Harry or Charlie. It's like, how do we not have the nous to know? And like, we're predictable, right? Because we know that we're going to kick to Harry or Charlie.
We're just going to bomb it in.
Why don't we have the nous to know and flip the script and say, we know the defense is going to put extra men around Harry or Charlie, so somewhere else has to be free. Why can't we do that? Yeah. Or is that just Nuffy talk?
That's Jack Martin's role, that he'd be the one finding those players.
3 games.
You see when Harry and Charlie don't play.
He's looking at me and nodding. You fucking creep. No, that's what I'm talking about. The link up, like you said.
Yeah.
The Jack Martin, he would be the guy that would find the open man that no one saw. Do you know what I mean? These clinical little kicks that would always get it into the right place. But he's gone.
You're seeing that when Harry and Charlie didn't play, like the West Coast game and even the St Kilda game where we started, we couldn't bomb it in anymore. We just had to fucking hack it in. And we were starting to kick goals. Like the West Coast game. But then as soon as those big guys are there, it's like, fucking bomb it in.
Yeah. Is it that bad?
As in
Like,
what?
are we that bad? Like, I don't know what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
What is
Genuinely,
real?
genuinely, I don't know what's
Yeah.
real and what's not real. Like, are we overreacting a bit?
Which Carlton are we?
Yeah.
Who are we?
Battle's
Who are
fucking
we?
Disgusting.
Who are we?
Who are we?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Is that exactly where we need to be? Unsure.
I mean, what do they think? Like, what are they thinking?
Don't know. They're in Bali.
Mississippi or fucking Potato Head.
Smashing big tanks.
Yeah, man. Just getting
I don't
cheap
know.
weed.
Maybe they need a mushy trip.
Yeah. Kerno's Campfire Part 2.
Yeah. Get out of their heads.